Socio-digital interaction refers to the ways in which people engage with each other and their environment using digital technologies. These interactions can be seen in North Hyde Park, especially surrounding the Archibald Memorial Fountain and its surroundings through digital means. By examining these interactions, we can gain insights into the integration of technology in public spaces and its impact on social behaviours. The fountain was commissioned by J.F. Archibald, the editor of the Bulletin magazine, in his will. Archibald loved French culture and wanted to honour the alliance between Australia and France during World War I. He chose a French sculptor to design the fountain. It was unveiled in 1932. The fountain includes figures from Greek mythology, with Apollo, the god of the arts and light, in the centre. He is surrounded by other mythological figures like Diana and Theseus. The design is inspired to further cultural enrichment among visitors. North Hyde Park in Sydney was designed by Norman Weeks, an Australian architect. His work on the park aimed to create harmonious and visually appealing public space that would serve both locals and tourists, incorporating elements of classical design and urban planning principles to enhance the user's experience. When observing the park, I focused on users interacting around the fountain. People in groups interacted with each other but did not socialise with other groups. These groups were mostly standing around as they seemed unfamiliar with the environment, taking photos and using the location as sightseeing spots. Due to this, I assume they were generally tourists, mainly families, which is likely influenced by school holidays. This aligns with the design objective of the fountain being prominent and attractive centrepiece in Hyde Park, drawing visitors and serving as a visually striking landmark. Individuals who are alone appeared content, usually sitting on the seats or standing to the side of the path on their phones, or walking through the park using it as a pathway rather than a sightseeing location. These people seem to be locals familiar with the area. This suggests that the fountain and its surroundings cater to both tourists and locals, providing a space for relaxation and everyday use, which aligns with the design's aim to encourage social interaction and cultural enrichment. People that were walking stayed on the intended pathways, and no one was walking on the grass or in the garden. This indicates that the design of the path successfully directs foot traffic. This is highlighted in both videos, which were analysed by RoboFlow, showing people's walking paths. The annotation heat map further illustrates people's movement patterns, reinforcing that the design effectively guides visitors along the intended routes, maintaining the garden's integrity and aesthetic appeal. The inclusion of seating areas and open spaces where visitors can gather, relax and socialise is evident. Benches and shaded areas are strategically placed to offer comfortable spots for rest and contemplation. Despite the sounds of traffic and cars, people seemed unbothered, suggesting that the fountain area successfully provides a pleasant environment. The water sounds from the fountain likely help mask urban noise, creating a more tranquil environment for visitors. This supports the design intention for creating a serene environment. I then applied these observations at Hyde Park to Hyde's life technology relation categories, providing a systematic way to analyse different types of interactions between human and technology. Individuals were using their phones while sitting or standing, illustrating embodiment relations, where technology, the phone, becomes an extension of their body and perception. This relationship is integral as it shows how technology mediates their experience of the environment, allowing them to engage with the digital content while being physically present in the park. People taking photos are engaged in hermeneutic relations. Their cameras or smartphones are not just tools but interpretive devices through which they understand and capture their surroundings. The act of taking photos indicates a mediated experience where technology helps them make sense of the place. The benches on the park represent a form of alterity relations. These benches, as technological objects, are perceived as other and distinct from the user themselves. They provide a place for the individual to rest and observe their surroundings. The presence of benches influences how people use the space, creating spots for relaxation and contemplation. The continuous sound of the fountain in Hyde Park serves as a background relation. This background noise operates subtly, influencing the environment without being the primary focus for the visitors. The sound of the water provides a soothing auditory backdrop that helps mask the urban noise from traffic and city activities. I analysed Instagram posts under the Hyde Park location, as well as the reviews for the Archibald Memorial Fountain location, to compare if there was a different online perspective of Hyde Park. I then downloaded the Hyde Park images from Instagram and put them into a software orange to group them. Group 1 primarily featured Palestine protests, Group 2 was mostly close-ups of people sitting and posing. Group 3 was mainly images of the fountain showcasing its aesthetic and appeal. Group 4 focused on the garden, trees and nature within the park. Group 5 highlighted the church behind the fountain. Group 6 seemed to be randomised with no distinct relation among the pictures. My observations of group interactions align with the social media posts in Group 2, where people are sitting and posing, indicating social and recreational use of the park. The social media posts in Group 1 also reflect the park's use for social gatherings, specifically protests, which I did not observe directly but indicate another layer of group interactions. Locals sitting or walking through the park without taking photos contrasts the social media focus on pose photos and aesthetic images, seen in both Group 3 and 5. Next, I scraped the most relevant Google reviews for Hyde Park Archibald Memorial Fountain. When examining the Google reviews across different seasons, the following average ratings were observed. Summer had the highest average rating, likely due to the favourable weather conditions that enhance the experience of outdoor activities and sightseeing. The fountain area is more vibrant and welcoming in the summer, attracting more positive feedback from visitors enjoying warm sunny days. Autumn ratings are also high, possibly due to the mild weather and the picturesque scenery with changing leaves, which adds to the aesthetic appeal. Visitors may find the park less crowded than in summer, contributing to a more pleasant, serene experience. Spring reviews are slightly lower than the autumn, but still quite positive. The blooming flowers and fresh greenery likely create a beautiful environment. The occasional rainy days might slightly detract the overall experience. Winter has the lowest average rating, which could be contributed to the colder weather and the fewer outdoor activities. The park fountain might not appear as vibrant, and visitors may find the experience less enjoyable during the chilly days. I used orange to create a word cloud of the most used describing words on the reviews. Beautiful, great, and nice were the top 3 describing words. The positive descriptors reflect the overall satisfaction of the visitors, which is also evident from the high average ratings across all seasons.